Hi everyone! This video is a little bit different. I'm just making it because when me and my partner were apart, I would watch these videos and they would make me feel better on like the bad days. So if there's like a chance that this will help someone or whatever, if they're having a bad day and they're in the situation we were in, then yeah, why not? Sorry if I'm a little like hesitant and shy, because this is really like kind of I'm not one to like put personal stuff out super willy nilly. But whatever. I wanna. This won't replace an art video, so don't worry. I don't even know when I'm gonna upload this. Probably as soon as I'm done. But yeah. I did mention right before leaving for this trip that I was gonna try and vlog, but I think I left like right after coming home from work, and I was just really emotional. I don't know why. Like I was probably just really stressed out. But I didn't want to like whip out a camera in public and like feel judged. Like I wasn't really feeling up to it, but. Whatever. I still got some stuff filmed so I could talk about it, and I just gotta apologize for the quality of some of the footage, just because my phone's a potato. But the time lapse at the end though is recorded on an actual camera, so that's probably gonna be a little bit better. So this is just talking about um, like the oddness of our relationship, I guess. We met, me and my partner. You guys, I don't know if you follow me, you might know him because I friggin' pimp him out on all of my like pages because I love him. But his username is typically Hybrid Air, so he was Blake 786 way back in the day, but now it's Hybrid Air. And we met over over TV and art, and like I was lying. He commissioned me actually in 2010. I can't remember. It was like end 2010, probably like November. And then we dated for 2 years just over the internet. We'd never met each other. We just kind of would webcam and stuff. And then we finally met in person. I believe in like 2013, I think. Yeah, it must be early 2013. I don't know. No, it was in 2013. Okay, I don't remember. And then we just had like really long but infrequent visits during that time. And then we got married in 2016 and started immigrating, like the process and all that. And he landed as a Canadian permanent resident in 2017, and now we live together. And it was really hard, honestly, all those years of like not really being sure what was gonna happen, and like I live with my parents right now. I literally can't afford to move out, so I was never really sure where my finances were gonna be, but it was hard, but it was definitely worth it. And I'm just gonna talk about it. Uh, just gonna talk about like the relationship because I just know way too many people in these situations, and I just want to talk about it. So before we met, I this is just advice. Before you meet, like for the first time at all, I don't want to start this with a negative point, but like take your time, like take a lot of time and be careful. Don't get like catfished or something, because like there's so many really great stories, but this is still the internet, like you don't trust too quickly. Don't let yourself get tricked. Like don't give anyone your bank information really quickly. Like I can't really give time frames because everyone's different. Everything progresses different, so just be careful, to protect yourself. Just, okay. Anyway, take your time with the relationship and try not to let outside opinions bother you. Because I was 16 at the time, and obviously when you're in high school, like people are gonna judge that shit. So I mostly didn't really tell anyone because I just didn't want to be judged because I was head over heels for this dude. Like I don't really want people telling me like, oh, it's just a pedophile, because like I knew he wasn't. Like you know, it had been, you know what I mean? Like, if you're in this situation, you'll know exactly what I mean. Like, there wasn't a fucking pedophile. Um, you know, just video chat and voice chat frequently, like, exchange pictures, text each other, tweet each other, like, just, you know, just stay close. And for the whole, like, family situation, if you're young, because we were young, uh, we were really lucky. Um, my parents didn't care. My mom loved him, actually. um, and his parents were a little bit more like on the nervous side, and his grandma was like really worried, um, which is understandable. Like, he's dating a random from Canada who lives in the U.S. So, like, you know, you really can't blame these people for being a little nervous. So, yeah, just address the situation in the best way that you can. Just address it seriously because you're dating this person, you love this person. It's just as serious as if you knew each other in person. And that's all I really have to say, for like before you meet. When you first meet, you know, just go with the flow. I had people tell me that it would be weird and it would change everything and we wouldn't like each other after, which was complete. Honestly, now that I think about it, that was really fucking mean to say to me, and that's absolutely not what happened. Honestly, it was like a fucking movie. Like, it was the best shit ever. Just go with the flow. It wasn't weird or awkward for us. It was just we were shy for like maybe an hour. The day we met, we went down to Parliament because it was Canada Day, and the day we met, we went to Parliament Hill and like did the whole Canada thing, and then we took the bus home, and like it was like we'd known each other in person this whole time. So, you know, just don't worry about it. Don't be too stressed out. Like, try not to go too fast. Like, don't. I mean, that's a really touchy subject actually. Every just go at your own pace. Plan a lot of activities. You know, wake up early, go do stuff. Don't just be a potato in bed all day. Like, you might want to bang all day, but like, don't do that. Go out and have fun. Uh, just make a lot of memories. You know, have a lot of pictures to post. It helps. I'm really glad that's how we were. We traveled so much. We drove to the nearby cities, and it was just the best shit ever. Um, and in my opinion, I would say go for less frequent visits, but make them long visits, because um, when you're with someone, I would say in person longer. Like, they get more laid back, and you get to know them more as a person seriously. Like, if you're serious about the relationship, then you should probably know how they really are long term. Um, and also, it's less expensive that way because like sure, you got to save up to live there for a little while, but like the cost of plane tickets and all this crap, like, I don't know, I would say longer, more frequent visits are probably your best bet. I mean, longer, less frequent, sorry. But if you feel like if you're stuck with a job that makes it so you can't do that, you know, it's fine. Like, either way, you're gonna make it work, you know. um, And in between visits, we would just send each other like a lot of letters, care packages. We were pretty much always in video or voice chats. We would play games all the time, watch movies all the time. We would make stuff together. Like, it, we would, I don't know, like, just keep doing stuff together. Keep acting the way you always acted. Like, just because they're home now doesn't mean that like you're any like emotionally further apart, right? You just gotta like fucking push it aside, and it really sucks, but you gotta. Um, you really need to be like fucking flawless when it comes to communication, because there's no, like, sure, you can be on webcam, but like you can't just like fucking do that thing where you answer all their texts with K. Okay, you can't do that because there's just a disconnect. You know, there's something missing. You have to make up for it. You have to be patient. You have to put work into it. You can't turn sour, and like, of course you're gonna turn sour and do that shit sometimes, but like, you gotta pull yourself out of it. Like, you can't hold huge grudges. But you know, when you love someone, shit, I don't think that's really that much of a problem. Like, it really wasn't much of a problem for us. We didn't really fight. But yeah, sometimes shit'll be like real hard, especially if you're doing things like fucking cross-continental or like even across the ocean. I have some friends who are, oh, sorry, I got cut off there for a sec. But yeah, I have people who are from Canada who are dating people from the UK, and they still make it work. But you just, it, uh, it. Sorry, man. Audacity just started recording on a completely different line, and I'm sure I can like mesh those together. It's just kind of weird looking. Anyway, the actual process of immigration when you get sick of this long distance shit. It's really expensive. Like, it's a few $1,000s expensive. Like, what with getting married, paying for that license, paying for the papers, because the papers themselves cost like $1,000-something to file, and like the medical exams, all the crap that's involved. Anyway, at the time, like we did this in like summer 2016, and I know some stuff has already changed, but it seems impossible and hard, and it's confusing as shit. Like, oops, sorry about that. It's confusing as shit, guys. Like, I can't lie, it was so annoying, but like it's definitely doable. And you don't need a lawyer. You can get a lawyer, but you don't need one. Like, if you mess up the forms or whatever, they'll actually just send it back and you correct it. It'll make it take longer, but you're not like screwing yourself or anything. It's like not like you don't have to fork out that extra like couple $1,000s for a lawyer when you don't have to. I went off script. Oh my god. What am I gonna do? Okay. During the time that you're like going through the process, for us anyway, we were just so sick of like leaving each other, so the visits were like getting longer and longer, and we were like really pushing the 6-month rule that Canada has. Like, you can only stay in this country for 6 months, and then like a year, and then you have to leave. And we were pushing it so hard. It resets in January. We almost got the shaft in Toronto. It was like December 28th or something. But thank God the guy let us through. Like, it was really fucking stressful, but everything turned out just fine. And yeah, on that point, when you go through airports, they'll especially, well, I mean, international flights, they'll ask you what you're doing in the other country, and then you have to tell the truth that you're going to visit your boyfriend or whatever. And some of these people are older, and they think that that's like weird, like really unthinkable, and they'll probably think you're just trying to sell drugs. So just keep your cool, and of course they'll stress you out, and they might like fuck up your day, but just when you like walk out of it, because you will walk out of it okay if you're honest and you're not actually trying to fucking sell drugs. But yeah, you'll walk out of it and you'll be really nervous and stressed out, and like try not to hold it against them because they are just doing their job, right? I find that was the best way to keep myself calm and stuff. So just, it's okay to be upset and stressed out, but like you gotta stay positive, or else you're just gonna have a bad time, and you don't want to go down that rabbit hole, because I went down that rabbit hole, and I'm just telling you right now, don't do it. So what we did, after he got his permanent residence accepted and all that, we decided it would probably be easiest to just, for me, to fly down with a one-way, and just drive him and his car and all his stuff all the way back up here. And if you do this, if you buy a one-way, have everything on, like I just said, they're very picky about letting people through. Well, not picky, but there's a lot of talking involved. Just have all your paperwork, have all the proof you could ever need, like have a bunch of files saved on your phone, that don't require internet, or like even on paper, just to make sure that you have something to show them, just so you don't get stopped. You're probably gonna play 20 questions, but it's okay. Just answer the questions. Everything will be fine. So that was all good, and I flew to Arizona from Ottawa, and it took us 4.5 days of driving for about 12 hours to drive all the way back up here with all his stuff. Because pit stops actually take a lot of time, surprisingly. And you take your time, don't do anything stupid, like do the whole thing in one day. Like, that's just, I feel like that's dangerous. You don't want to do something dangerous when you're so close to achieving a really important goal like that. So, you know, we just took our time. We made it like a special experience. It was really fun. Um, it was cool to see the whole country, even though the weather was like freaking satanic and insane. Like it was May, and it was just there was tornadoes and ice storms in Texas and New Mexico. Like we woke up in our like we got up in New Mexico on our first night. We whip open the blinds and there's a fucking snowstorm. Like what is that? It's New Mexico. I thought it was supposed to be hot there. Um, when you get to the prepare everything ahead, like all your paperwork, so that when you get to the border, like you're good to go. Um, you know, you'll. I would love to tell you everything you need, but there's just so much crap, and like it's been a couple months. Uh, so just make sure you know everything you need. Keep that separate. When you go to sleep at night in your hotels, don't leave it in the car because you're like kind of relying on those papers. And it doesn't take very long, honestly, to land. It took like half an hour. And then bam, permanent resident. So yeah, I don't think that I'm forgetting anything. But if anyone has any questions or whatever, I'd be more than happy to answer. Or like if you want tips, like just honestly just ask and I'll do my best to answer. Like I'm not the most. I don't know. I guess I am okay. Like I have a good amount of experience. I guess I have almost 7 years, so. Anyway, the whole thing was fucking batshit insane. But I'm so thankful that we did it. I'm really glad that we didn't give up or anything, because, like, you look at the huge mountain of paperwork you have to send out, and you almost want to give up, but I'm so glad that we didn't, and you guys shouldn't either. It looks like this unreachable, impossible goal, but, like, you can do it. I don't know how long this video has been trailing on, but I'll just leave you guys with this, like, neat time lapse of our little bits of our trip. Like I said, the weather was pretty bad and my camera kind of sucks, but you know, whatever. I hope that this helped people in the way that watching these helped me, and the Reddit board or whatever. There's one for long distance couples, and like it's pretty much always good posts that like are uplifting, and they just make you feel like it's possible, like you can do it. Like some people from Australia coming to here, or like going to the States, and it just surround yourself in positivity, and you'll be fine. But thanks guys for sitting through this. I don't even know how long it is. And I'll see you guys for my next art video.